programming is brought to you by Local Video Marketing.
This is Dave Schmitz, ResistanceBandTraining.com. I've got a swap out exercise for you when dumbbell overhead presses or barbell overhead presses don't work for you anymore because of shoulder pain. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and teach you how to do band overhead presses and then show you why there may be a better option for you than those two. First of all, let's show you the exercise. You want to stand on the band. Now make sure the band tension between your feet is loose so you're not overtaxing your band in between your feet. Then you want to put your thumbs in underneath or through the band and bring it up into your shoulder position. Now some people worry about if they're taller, pressing overhead, it's going to overstretch the band. The likelihood is it's not, because you're going to have to be about 7'2" or 7'3" in order to really overstretch the band. However, being a taller person, you are going to have to work harder, so you may have to decrease to a lesser band because the tension is going to get greater for you because of your height. So let's go ahead. Thumbs through, pop the band up. Make sure your hands are wide enough so that when you go to press, you're not pressing inside, but you're pressing up and out. That's the key to this exercise and why it might be a little bit more effective for you on your shoulders. Because when you go to press, you instead of having to press straight up overhead, which is the case with the dumbbell or barbell, you're able to press up and a little bit out. That little bit out not only sets your scapula more effectively, but it also allows you to get into what we call the scapular plane. By getting into that scapular plane, your rotator cuff does not have to go ahead and be challenged as much as it would be if you're going straight overhead. Straight overhead, there's a very high likelihood you're going to probably create a little bit of shoulder impingement, and over time, that shoulder is going to get irritated and sore. But if you can go a little bit more laterally or in the frontal plane, or what we call the scapular plane, you're going to be able to go ahead and keep that rotator cuff safe, not pinch down on it, and not irritated. So, overhead band presses. Press up and out. Just make sure you're just outside your shoulders to keep that rotator cuff safe. Swap that exercise out and let me know how that feels on your shoulders. I'm pretty sure you're going to have great success with that if you struggle with dumbbell overhead presses or barbell overhead presses.
Dennis Chighisola's The Nature of Our Game ranks with other high-level essays, authored by the likes of Gladwell, Percival, and Coyle. It's an in-depth study of our game, it's about the challenges players face in the heat of battle, and it's about the things that influence the way players need to train, both off and on the ice. Get it now, and be well armed to answer almost any question that arises about our game.
I find it necessary to start here with the fact that I've worked with hundreds of guys and gals who've gone on to play at our game's highest levels. Yet, as you watch some clips of my young grandson, currently a high school sophomore and a pretty good player, I want you to know that I've seldom ever shown him a trick or shortcut that wasn't specific to where he was playing at a given time. In other words, My main objective all of the time was to help him to be successful wherever he was, as a beginner, as a mite, as a squirt, and so on. Trust me that this sort of thinking is going to be important as you take in and then try to implement the 5 easy steps I'll share later. And here's why. Although the beginner and elite levels appear to be similar games, they also have some huge differences. Furthermore, and please give this some extra thought, if a youngster feels truly successful at one level, he or she is pretty likely to step confidently into the next one. Then, while I'm about to show you some easy steps to goal scoring, I'm not suggesting that you abandon all the prerequisite skills like skating, puck handling, and shooting. What I will propose, though, is that the excitement, confidence, and increased love of a game that a kid feels when he lights the lamp fairly often can spur him or her on to work more diligently at the less exciting parts of the game. Much like the higher levels of our game, a young attacker should see any opposition defender as an arrangement of open triangles. Still, the beginner level is different in the fact that few young defenders have yet gained the discipline to concentrate on an attacker's body. In other words, I can almost guarantee that the inexperienced defender will look down at the puck and bite for almost every fake an attacker makes. So, in the earliest years, a young puck carrier need only be concerned with these 3 open slots. The idea is to move on the defender, slip the puck through one of those slots, and, while the opponent looks down at the puck, our guy steps wide and around. Here's my grandson a lot of years ago making the move through a defender's skates. And here are a few of my current junior high school players making their moves through the 2 side slots. As for practicing these moves, I'd introduce them first in slow-mo fashion, with the parent or coach providing gentle feedback as the player fakes, slips the puck, and then goes around to retrieve it. And I'd pay particular attention to each placement of the puck, since it has to eventually sit just where the attacker wants to pick it up. You can contact me about one of these convenient and reasonably priced attack triangles, or you can make your own simulated defender. But I'd surely have something like this around the house, in the driveway, or on the backyard rink, so that the moves can be practiced often enough to become second nature. Now, I don't mean to belittle young netminders, but they are also in the learning stages at their position, so they generally don't move that well in their rather cumbersome gear, and that gear usually isn't constructed as well as the expensive stuff worn by their older counterparts. So, taking these things into account, and again, entering this with the understanding that there's a huge difference between the challenges of dealing with elite and beginner goaltenders, let's prepare to do these things. I find my homemade simulated goalers, or my SMGs, are the best tool for teaching young attackers. What I especially like about these is that they give the shooter a more realistic sense of what he or she has to deal with in a game. And something like this can be moved in, out, and from side to side to create different challenges. Better yet, an aid like this and the attack triangle totally eliminates the luck factor. In other words, the attacker either makes the correct move or he doesn't, because for sure, a muff play isn't due to a lucky or an outstanding move by that training aid. As for the moves, here are the key ones. Notice how much open net can be seen around this goaltender. And our beginner has to see this and hit it. Actually, I have a little fun with my youngest students, teasing them about that SMG not being able to make saves. And I joke to them that if I hear the puck hit that goal, I'll know the shot came from a dumb shooter. Again, I make sure the kids are laughing as they move and take their shots. But pretty early on, I find they're hitting those open strings with regularity. Of course, a young goal scorer needs a deking move too, and I find these side-to-side dribbles are just right for the times a goaltender comes out to challenge him. At first, I'd practice this wide dribble, which, by the way, is also a handy move to use in open ice. The idea is to dribble close and then dribble wide. And an even wider dribble can be accomplished if the player gets comfortable with tossing the puck far out towards his or her backhand side and then gathers it back with just the top hand on the stick. Going in on net, an attacker should fake towards one side and then pull the puck straight across so it can be tucked in on the opposite side. Again, I like to start kids slowly with this one, and I'd also like them to learn to make the fake and the tuck towards either side. As a longtime skills instructor and coach, I can tell you that the earlier noted theories and a proper practice philosophy can make all the difference in the world when we're looking for positive results. So in that regard, I'd like to highlight a few earlier points. First, the better a player's foundation skills are, the better he or she will be able to put these moves into practice. Secondly, appreciate that the outdoor use of these training aids represents an awesome dryland routine for a beginner, and that practicing these moves needn't be limited to scarce or costly ice time. As a matter of fact, it would be ideal to somehow find a way to have gadgets like these set up somewhere convenient for regular use. After all, frequent practice and making these moves second nature are the only way a youngster is going to truly feel confident enough to use them within the context of a game. Third, I might suggest that an adult initially plant the seeds for these new skills, then only occasionally check to reinforce a few of the finer points. I'd eventually back off a little though, hoping a youngster will find it fun and ultimately very fruitful to go out and experiment a lot on his or her own. Finally, let me highly recommend that something in the order of 5 moves is just the right number for a beginner to deal with. Sure, down the road, you might ultimately want your player to be able to do tricks like these. But the reason my guys can do them now is because we initially took our time towards such goals, going very slowly and methodically, always making sure we mastered the basics before taking on greater challenges.
Now we have very simple drill, once again 0, player number 2 starts without puck and he receives a pass from the player number 1. As soon as he receives this pass, he goes like this, and now player number 7 comes this way. He receives a pass. What we want to see right now, player number 7 starts, takes a shot. Player number 2 goes actually this way, and now what we want to see, this player receives a pass from this group and he goes on the other side. So we have 4 players working at the same time. It's actually a very good drill for 20 players or less. The next simple drill, once again 0, player number 1 starts without puck and he receives a pass from this group. As soon as he receives this pass, he goes this way and he plays a pass on the player number 2. The player who played the pass, it's actually right now player number 5, go this way and he receives a pass from the player number 2. Now he goes on the net. Player number 1 is right now without puck, but we have pucks in all 4 corners because we want to do this drill from all sides. This player goes in the corner after he took a shot, he takes a puck. Player number 1 goes this way, he receives a pass and he takes a second shot. Actually, the first player can go on rebound if this puck is free. Simple drill, once again 0. Now we have the third and the last drill, once again 0. Player number 1 starts this way and he receives a pass. He got a pass while he's moving, while he's skating, and he takes a shot. As soon as he took this shot, he continues this way. He receives a pass from player number 5 and plays this pass back. As soon as he plays this pass back, he goes this way. So we have him here. Player number 5's got a puck right now. He goes this way and he plays hard pass to go. He plays the hard pass to go, and the player number 1 has got the next shot. He's got a second shot on this side. This player number 5, he played this puck, and what we want to see right now, he played this pass. He goes this way, he receives a pass from this side, and he takes one shot on this side. Defender number 1 goes forwards and now he goes backwards. As soon as he got backwards, he receives a pass from the second D. At the same time, forward number 2 comes this way, stop. Defender's got still the puck. He skates with the puck 2-3 quick steps and he plays this puck on this forward. As soon as the forward got this puck, we want to see that this forward starts into the middle. He plays a pass on the second defender, or we see here player number 3. He continues. He receives a pass from player number 3, and we have situation right now 1 against 1. So we have this D working defensively. Also we have this forward working offensively. 4 players at the same time moving. Easy drill, very good drill for your teams. Now we have second drill, 1 against 1. We start with forwards. It's actually both side drill. Forward starts with a puck, very quickly start on the whistle, and this defender takes him. Don't forget, for this drill we need actually 4 defenders on each side. Also we need 2 coaches. Of course, you have some other challenges if you wanna. The players can pick the puck. But now back to the drill. This defender does a pressure. He does a pressure, but not fully, not so full body. Just bring the offensive player to the side, but let him shoot. As soon as the job is done, the defender went this way and he receives a pass from the couch. He's moving. Now, what we want to see, this forward continues this way. Now comes the second one. Defender plays a pass to him and he plays a pass to him. Now, don't forget, we want to see the players keeping going. This first player went this way and the second player went this way. So now they play a pass and the second player goes once again one against this defender. Now we have here the first player over here, so forward and defender are in the front of the net, and actually the second player who has been here, this one, goes to the boards. He receives a pass from the couch and he takes a shot from the board. It's actually a little bit complicated drill, but take a time to study it. Take a time to bring this drill to your players. A lot of speed, a lot of movement. We have 6 players working at the same time, so actually drill for 20 players on the ice. The final drill is once again one, but not a regular once again one drill. This drill is with key point for pinching. On the whistle, forward comes this side and defender comes over here. Aggressively or not, depends on defender, depends on what the coach wanna see. The coach sends a puck. It's actually a game situation. We have the puck on the board, the defender does a pinching, and now the forward has got options. The forward's got options. He can go this way, or he can make a chip on the board, or he has the third option, and the third option is he can play a pass back to the coach and he can free himself. These options we have. As soon as it's done, we have one situation this way, or we have 1 against 0 plus the back checker. Compare on that if the defender wins this pinching or not. That's a very important point. We have one small key point, but we want to see our defenders also working in offense, not just defense. So the pinching drills are very important for that development. Have your fun with these drills. I wish you a very nice day.
To receive high passes, there are a variety of techniques, and the use of the stick or the body, without arms, hands and head, are brought in to help. The ball is slowed down with the blade prior to making contact with the floor. The ball is being controlled at the moment of floor contact. By covering the ball with the blade, the rebound is impeded. Raised passes can also be stopped with legs or feet. Higher passes will be stopped by the body. Let the ball drop off the upper body to the side to take immediate control. Fast passes open gaps in the opponent's defense and create greater scoring opportunities. For this, precise passing is required. A lateral body position with slightly bended knees help to play a drag-it pass precisely. When receiving, the ball is taken in front of the body. Then the pace of the ball is absorbed with flexible hands. When passing the ball, the arms and hands follow through. For a direct pass, the ball is not trapped. It's directly played on. The ball is played closer to the body. Backhand passes are also used. The movement is identical to the forehand pass. The game situation determines the type and strength of the pass. The longer the distance between the players, the harder the ball must be played. To receive high passes, there are a variety of techniques, and the use of the stick or the body, without arms, hands and head, are brought in to help. The ball is slowed down with the blade prior to making contact with the floor. The ball is being controlled at the moment of floor contact. By covering the ball with the blade, the rebound is impeded. Raised passes can also be stopped with legs or feet. Higher passes will be stopped by the body. Let the ball drop off the upper body to the side to take immediate control. Many situations require a quick ball collection. In a short time, substantial space could be gained. If there's a defender close by, the ball is collected one-handed. The one-handed ball collection gives greater reach and makes getting away easier. Certain situations in a game do not allow flat passes. Lift the ball just high enough that your teammate can easily and safely take control of the ball. The pass should only be played high enough that a teammate can receive it without any difficulties. Fast breaks and wide transitions can be played using a lifted pass.
Hi, it's Kim Lukhard, Hockey Mom RD, and today is the letter J, and let's talk about juice. Juice is a beverage that skaters like to have with their meals, particularly with their breakfasts, and sometimes with their snacks at school. However, the amount of juice that they drink each time is very important. Juice does not contain the fiber that fruit does, and juice calories can add up very, very fast. A serving of juice is only 4 ounces or 125 milliliters. That gives your skater 60 calories and 15 grams of carbohydrates. So what I did was I referenced the juice serving in the 2 glasses in front of the apple juice on the left side of the screen. Each glass does contain only 4 ounces of juice, and you can see that the glasses are not full. So when you're serving your skater juice, choose a smaller glass so it looks like their glass is full. Sometimes a skater will just grab a glass and fill it up, and they could be consuming over 200 calories in juice alone. This will add up, especially on the skater that's trying to make changes in their muscle fat ratio. One thing you can do is keep some seltzer on hand at home, and your skater can make their very own sparkling fruit drink. My sons used to love using blueberry juice with lemon lime seltzer to make their blueberry sparkling drink. When you're picking out a juice in the grocery store, pick one that's 100% juice and no added sugar. The natural sugar in fruit is fructose, and so the juices should be nice and sweet on their own. So go ahead and include a little bit of juice in your skater's meal plan, but remember, too much juice might end up slowing them down on the ice. Happy skating till next time. This is Kim Lukhard, Hockey Mom RD.
Hello and welcome to the Puck Drops Here podcast. I'm your host, John Crawford, along with my brother, Howie.
Hi.
Here for episode number 38 of Season 5, the final episode of Season 5, Howie. Hockey news, Howie. We don't have a whole lot of hockey news.
Not much is really going on. Trade talk rumors are going on again with Erik Karlsson up in Ottawa.
Yeah, I saw that.
Latest one I've heard was Vancouver, possibly, but we'll see.
I saw that Hannafin was getting close to a deal with Calgary. Oh, did you see the Blackhawks and Bruins jerseys for the...
Oh, yes,
Winter
I
Classic?
did. That'll be... The Hawks one will be interesting.
Yeah.
It'll kind of remind me of even though, I mean, the Hawks one is the actual original one, but it'll kind of remind me of what the Islanders tried.
Yeah.
Which I think, with the Islanders one, that was just... I did not like that black and white.
So yeah, that game, Bruins and Blackhawks, that happens on January 1, the Winter Classic, which is always great to see. Also, we have some other things. We got the China games coming. Boston and Calgary playing in Beijing. And then on October 1st, which is just a couple days in front of the new regular season, more global games going on, global series with New Jersey. Oh, did you see their new third jersey? New jerseys.
Yes, I like it. I like to see that the old green and red come back. I wish they'd actually switch back to that permanently.
But New Jersey will be playing SC Bern from Switzerland, a Swiss team. And then on October 3rd, which is the day the season starts, the Oilers will be playing in Germany against Kulner.
Ooh.
On October 6th, the Global Series continues with Edmonton playing New Jersey in Sweden. And then there's one more Global Series game on November 1st and 2nd in Finland between Florida and Winnipeg. And then we'll have our Winter Classic on January 1, and then the famous All-Star game in San Jose, California, Howie, on the 25th and 26th. And then we have the Stadium Series, which we had already talked about before, on February 23rd with Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. So there you have those important dates that are coming up. Of course, October 3rd, the season starts. I don't know if we mentioned that. But,
Yep.
And then even more important than all that, the new season, Season 6 of the Puck Drops Here podcast, begins on September 9th. All right. Thank you all for listening and watching the podcast. The short one. The final one of the season.
Fall is coming. I got the proof right here.
Fall is coming. Until then, we bid you all adieu.
Copy.
This program is brought to you